Hello everyone, my name is Moshe Gewirtz. Thanks for all coming out tonight to support Renewal. I live in Marlboro, New Jersey. You might pass Marlboro all the time when you go up Route 9. It's just 20 miles from here, but it's literally eons away from Lakewood as far as Yiddishkeit. So I want to ask all of you, what is Marlboro been known for? Chinese, right? That's what we're known for. We're known for the Chinese food, but I'm there to bring back Jewish people that are far from Yiddishkeit that live over there. So there was this fellow who was a spiritual leader, and this fellow was in the hospital with a person who was on his deathbed, and he was there comforting him. He was there giving him a little chizuk, and the fellow is talking to him. He's rubbing his arm. He's encouraging him, and while he's talking to him, the man who could barely talk motions to him, "Could you please pass me a paper and a pen?" And this fellow looks at this dying man, and he's thinking, wow, this is so beautiful. He wants to write something for his family. And he gives him lovingly a paper and a pen, slowly, and to write something for his family. So the guy writes something quite quickly, and he hands it back to him. And at that moment, he dies. So this fellow didn't have time to read what was in the pocket. So he puts the note in his pocket, and now it's time to inform the family of what just happened and prepare for the funeral. The next day, there was the funeral, and this fellow gets up to eulogize his friend. And he's going on and on about how kind this person is, how special he is, how much he cared about his community, his family. And he said in the last moments before he died, he handed me a note. And I didn't even have a chance to read the note. But he had a last will and testament for his family. And I'm going to read that note that's in my pocket right now. So he takes out the note from his pocket, and this is what the note reads. "You're standing on my oxygen line. Get off now." This man was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But I found myself in the right spot at the right time. I was driving through Lakewood. I was living in Lakewood at that time. And in the Hatzalah garage on County Line, there was a sign that there's a drive for kidney donors. Not for kidney donors, for an awareness event. I figured I'm going to go inside. Now, I don't know a single person that's on dialysis. I don't know a single person that's suffering from kidney failure. But I figure, I see the signs in the newspaper all the time. I'm going to go in, see what it's all about. I don't think it's for me, but I'm passing by anyhow. I go inside to this garage, the Hatzalah garage. And over there are doctors. Over there are past kidney donors. And I'm listening to them. And one after the next, the kidney donors said, "I wish I only had another kidney to give away." And I'm speaking to the doctors, and the doctors are saying how safe it is to give a kidney, how your quality of life doesn't change for almost virtually everybody that does it. And I'm thinking about it, and I go home to my wife, and I'm telling her what I heard. And I'm telling her about what happened. I'm saying, I think this is something that I could actually do. I signed myself up to go into the database. And 5 years later, Baruch Hashem, I was selected to be a kidney donor. And I have to tell you that my feeling at that time was unbelievable emotion, excitement. And I asked Rabbanim, and I asked past kidney donors, and they were all so effusive about doing it, I just felt like this is my time in my life. I'm going to be giving my carbon. This is my day. I looked forward to it like I looked forward to my chasana. I was nervous. Yes, I was nervous. But I was so excited at the same time. I go into the hospital, and Menachem Friedman over here, we didn't have a malfunctioning mic at the time, but we go into the hospital, and Menachem was there at 4 a.m. picking us up, bringing us to the hospital. And we go into the hospital, and I go over there to sign some papers. And Menachem comes over to me with a pile of papers from the recipient. These are notes that the recipient's children had written to me before my donation. I looked at those notes and I was crying. I couldn't actually read what it said in the notes. Okay, I give up. I look at the notes and I figure I could not read that. So after my donation, I look at the notes that the children of the donor, of the recipient, wrote to me. And there's a bunch of notes in this envelope that they wrote to me. I'm going to read to you one of the notes that the child of my recipient, a 32-year-old mother with 3 young children, wrote to me. He wrote as follows: I thank you so much for saving my mother's life. My 12th birthday was 2 days ago, and you gave me the best gift. Be'ezras Hashem, my mother will be alive and healthy for my bar mitzvah. Hashem should give you and your family good health and hatzlacha in everything. David Feintuch. I went in to the donation on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. 10 months later, I got in the mail an invitation to David's bar mitzvah in Boston. I look at the date of David's bar mitzvah. And when is David's bar mitzvah? Rosh Chodesh Nisan. 1 year later, I was by that bar mitzvah celebrating with children that would not have had a mother, with a community that wouldn't have had a really special family in their midst. There was a Shabbos that I will never forget for the rest of my life. The emotion of seeing these kids. I feel like these are my own kids. I feel like they're my life. This was just a small part of my experience with Renewal. It's hard to put into words the experience. But I want to focus on one aspect of the process that I went through. Giving your kidney, and trust me, it was not that difficult. The decision to do it was difficult. But 6 weeks later, I was 100% fine again. I was living my life with this unbelievable good feeling of having saved someone's life. But I want to tell you a little bit about the process of me getting to that point. There was the most amazing organization that was there at my side every second of